Hello there. It is the 26th of January on a beautiful, beautiful Thursday morning, late morning in 2012 here in Maine. We've had some kind of iffy weather for the past few days. The sun is not really sure if it wants to come out or go in or what it wants to do. But what I wanted to talk to you here today was about just a little recent thing that happened to me. I was at a restaurant in Portland a few days ago, and actually I made a YouTube vlog about that particular trip. And it had been one of those in-betweeny kind of days. Mostly good things happen, a couple of bad. But really, at the end of the day, everybody was sitting around the table. My mom, my dad, and I, and we were all talking about, different humorous events that occurred in our lives regarding family or just little incidences. And I noticed whenever I made a funny remark, I had a tendency to laugh. Now, over the years, members of my family and different acquaintances that I've had, even a few school teachers, have commented on the fact that laughing at your own jokes actually is the domain of extremely bad taste. And of course, as time has marched on, I've heard the opposite viewpoint of that. Now, on the other end of that, a lot of people have actually told me that I'd make a pretty good comedian because I seem to have what some call a singular wit. Well, I wanted to clear that up for everybody right now, just so they'll know. Making my own original jokes is almost impossible for me, but I do love comedy. I do love to laugh. I'm not all that picky. I mean, there are some things I just don't find funny. I mean, that's with everybody. But my range of comedy runs from old-fashioned kinds of people that you may even see doing stand-up on something like The Ed Sullivan Show, or somebody like Rodney Dangerfield, or somebody like that, all the way up to what Seth MacFarlane does on Family Guy, which is often lewd to the extreme. And of course, I perceive these comedies in different ways, and the kind of laughter I get from all of the comedy that interests me affects me in a very different way. I'm not sure, but I have a hunch that most people who are open to comedy and who have a sense of humor, and believe me, there are some people who have very, very little, if any, sense of humor at all. It's not that they are cold, it's just that humor is an extremely difficult concept for them to grasp. But I've actually watched comedies and seen shows, even on Saturday Night Live, past, present, and future, where somebody said something that, made somebody laugh so much that they cracked up, not necessarily over their own joke, but the audience's reaction to their jokes, how the audience reacted to what they said. And a lot of it was just serendipitous or a happy accident. I can't create jokes like that. Most of the jokes that I will tend to make, that people find witty, derive from something that I read or something that I heard from somebody else. It's not the least bit original. I don't know if originality and humor can always work in the same sentence even. Jokes start from somewhere and they get passed around, and like any tall tale, they get distorted. And when it comes right down to it, I wonder if the entire concept of laughing at your own jokes being in bad taste does not in fact come from that same kind of verbal fading where it goes from one person to the other, and things get discombobulated and the whole phrase isn't repeated correctly. So you never know. This all could be just some big colossal mistake on humankind. The humor could all be unoriginal. The idea even that, laughing at one's jokes is in poor taste, as I said, could just be a big mistake. But, just enjoy humor for what it is. I mean, I know it's harder and harder to find it in this society without somebody getting offended, But, enjoy it. I think it was the man who created Garfield, Jim Davis, who once said, and here I go being unoriginal yet again, life isn't so bad, and we should all learn to laugh at ourselves. Just looking at myself in the webcam makes me laugh a little bit. I didn't know it was so purple. Well, anyway, see you next time. Enjoy life, enjoy your laughter.